Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the DX Memorial Ridewatch set from Kamen Rider Go. This was a premium Bandai release and just came out about a week ago or so at this point. But it's actually a pretty cool set, I have to say. Really nice packaging right off the bat. You can see this kind of nice, really black box with this kind of chromy, shiny writing here on the top. And I love how it kind of has the symbol for all four of them, which is very, very cool. But when we go ahead and we open this up, you can see there are 4 individual boxes inside, but they all kind of come together to form one big picture on top, which is actually pretty cool. But then if you take these out of the box, you'll see you have like a cube. So here's Geo. And there's a picture of Sogo. And it shows you that this is the one out of the 4 because by coloring in his symbol, which I think is pretty cool. I believe this will make a picture on the back as well, so let's go ahead. Here is the Gates one, the Gates watch. There's Gates. So there we go. And then on the bottom again, it paints in his. So we'll put that over there. That's starting to shape up. Next up you have Waz. And then last but certainly not least, Tsukiyomi. And this is the only Tsukiyomi watch as far as I know. There's no other way to get one. You can see she's filled in there at the bottom. So we'll go ahead and put these all together, and you can see how it makes another picture, which I think is pretty cool. So that's neat. You have the back forming a picture, as well as, let me go ahead and put these together with the pictures on the top. Nope. So it's like a puzzle cube. But it's pretty cool. I like the packaging a lot. Only other thing in the box is the instructions. This is like a list of all the phrases. This shows you how to use the ride watches. It's pretty self-explanatory, but there are a few tips. This is basically just if you need to change the batteries, this whole front piece. And then on the back, they each have a couple modes. We'll get into all that. And then, of course, using it with the various drivers and everything. So we'll get into all that. And then this is just a sheet of all the phrases. And you guys can see there's going to be a few phrases for us to go through. It's kind of crazy. So, yeah, that's all the phrases. So I'm going to go ahead, get these guys out of the boxes here, and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so I'm going to take a look at these individually. We're going to start, of course, with the Geo watch. Now, just taking a look at it aesthetically, pretty much indistinguishable from a normal Geo watch. Even has the 001 and the QR code, and that's also what's molded into the rail plate there. So, normal functionality, they have, I should say that this one has 3 modes. We just went through all the, normal mode phrases. Basically, that's the normal Geo watch sound effects. So the first mode is kind of the base mode, what you know you're going to get. If we hold the button down once, now we're in the second mode, which is called the Tokusho Henshin mode, I think. This is basically the phrase mode, all the crazy different phrases, of which there are 43. So I'm going to start going through them.
った道を選んで本当に大魔女になると確信したら、その時はいつでも倒してくれ。二人の判断なら俺は信じられるから。ライダーの力は何かをうまくいかせるためのものじゃない。誰かのことを守るための力だ。悪い魔王は倒さないとね。それがいい魔王の仕事。夢でも現実でも何でも救う。俺はそういう王様になる。俺があんなことするわけがない。俺は最高最善の魔王になるんだ。お前を倒して俺は未来を救う。俺は大魔女なんだ。だから俺は決めた。ゲイツ、俺のベルトを壊してくれ。俺は王様になるのやめるよ。いいからやってくれ、ゲイツ。俺は俺の民を傷つける奴は絶対に許さない。みんなの幸せのためにできることがあるなら命を懸けたってほしくない。分かった。俺は魔王になる。魔王になって世界を救ってみせる。俺は俺の夢を信じる。みんなを救いたいって気持ちは変わらない。俺は世界を救う魔王になる。最低最悪の魔王なんかになる気はない。俺は最高最善の魔王を目指すよ。俺には最高最善の面もあるし、最低最悪の面もある。口で言うきれい事も、それとは裏腹に心で思っている黒いことも、両方本当なんだ。善も悪も光も闇も全て受け入れる。その力で俺は未来を切り開く。俺はゲイツを信じたんだ。俺が大魔女になるってゲイツが確信したなら倒されたっていい。ゲイツは確信したんだよね。俺が大魔女になるって。ギーツやつくよみのいない九時五時堂なんて寂しいんだよね。諦めんなよ。勝手に未来を決めつけるなって言ってるんだよ。決められた未来なんてない。今を生きてる俺たちが作り出すのが未来なんだ。この甘酸っぱい感じ。なんていうか、そう、初恋の味。これが最強の力。俺もゲイツも
So there you go. That is all 43 phrases for the main phrase mode. That is nuts. And as you can tell, a lot of them are like compound phrases with a lot of long pauses in between. So it's about 10 minutes of phrases just for the Geo Watch. And he's still got one more mode. Now, granted, the second mode is a lot more limited, I should say, than the first one. There's really not too much to it. But if you go ahead and hold the button down again, so right off the bat it says the first phrase, there's only 5 others. So there's just a couple of phrases. I believe they're like Legend Rider phrases because he says clear without continues for Xaid. He says let's go to space, which is similar to Uchikita, which is what Forza always says. So there's just 6 phrases for that. If you hold this button down again, now you're back to the normal mode. So you're back to the regular watch mode. So that's it for this guy on his own. I'm going to run through the others on their own, and then we'll get to transformations after that. Alright, so next up is Gates. Once again, pretty much looks like a normal Ridewatch 012. So he's got the same kind of 3 basic phrases for the normal watch mode, but then if we hold this down,
時代だ。それとオズ、悔しいがお前にも感謝する。俺とお前は似た者同士だ。相互と出会い、共に戦い暮らす中でいつの間にかあいつに惹かれたんだ。偽りなんかじゃない。あいつこそが俺たちの王だ。みんな行くぞ。ジオウに、俺たちの王に続くんだ。ジオウ、大魔ジオウになれ。時の王者にお前ならなれる。最高最善の魔王に。幸せだったぞ、この時代に来て。相互、お前の仲間に友になれて目覚ましてやる。
So that's it for him. He's only got 28 phrases, so considerably less than Geo, and he does not have a third mode. So that is going to do it for Gates. Alright, next up we have Waz. Again, pretty much your normal Waz Ridewatch. Not really physically any different than the normal Waz Ridewatch. So that's all it is for the normal Ridewatch mode, just those two sounds. But he's actually got 4 modes. It's actually kind of fun. He's got a Black Waz mode, a White Waz mode, and then what they're calling an Iwae mode. So this should be a lot of fun. Alright, so that's going to do it for Black Waz mode. Hold it down again and we'll go to White Waz.
見立て通りだ。トリニティの力は君たち3人が互いを思う力、世界の壁など超える。
Alright, and then that will do it for White Waz. He has considerably less phrases. Well, I guess Black Waz has 17, he has 9, so about half. Now we will shift into Iwae mode, which has 21.
イワエ、全ライダーの力を受け継ぎ、時空を超え、過去と未来を知らしめす時の王者。その名も仮面ライダージオウ。まさに生誕の瞬間である。イワエ、全ライダーの力を受け継ぎ、時空を超え、過去と未来を知らしめす時の王者。その名も仮面ライダージオウ、ビルドアーマー。まず一つ、ライダーの力を継承した瞬間である。イワエ、全ライダーの力を受け継ぎ、時空を超え、過去と未来を知らしめす時の王者。その名も仮面ライダージオウ、エグゼイドアーマー。また一つ、ライダーの力を継承した瞬間である。イワエ、全ライダーの力を受け継ぎ、時空を超え、過去と未来を知らしめす時の王者。その名も仮面ライダージオウ、フォーゼアーマー。ハッピーバースデー。イワエ、全ライダーの力を受け継ぎ、時空を超え、過去と未来を知らしめす時の王者。その名も仮面ライダージオウ、オーズアーマー。また一つ、王たるライダーの力を継承した瞬間である。イワエ、全ライダーの力を受け継ぎ、時空を超え、過去と未来を知らしめす時の王者。その名も仮面ライダージオウ、ガイムアーマー。また一つ、ライダーの力を継承した瞬間である。イワエ、全ライダーの力を受け継ぎ、時空を超え、過去と未来を知らしめす時の王者。その名も仮面ライダージオウ、ダブルアーマー。二人で一人のライダーの力を継承した瞬間である。イワエ、全ライダーの力を受け継ぎ、時空を超え、過去と未来を知らしめす時の王者。その名も仮面ライダージオウ、ディケイドアーマー。イワエ、全ライダーの力を受け継ぎ、時空を超え、過去と未来を知らしめす時の王者。その名も仮面ライダージオウ、まさに最短の瞬間である。王の凱旋である。イワエ、全ライダーを凌駕し、時空を超え、過去と未来を知らしめす時の王者。その名も仮面ライダージオウ2。新たな歴史の幕が開きし瞬間である。イワエ、巨悪を駆逐し、新たな未来へ我らを導くイル・サルバトーレ。その名も仮面ライダーゲイツ・リバイブ。真の救世主がこの地に降り立った瞬間である。イワエ、過去と未来を読み解き、正しき歴史を記す預言者。その名も仮面ライダーウォズ。新たなる歴史の1ページである。とりあえずやらねば。イワエ、どうやら3人のライダーの力が結集し、多分未来を創出する時の王者。その名も仮面ライダージオウトリニティ。きっと新たな歴史が創生された瞬間である。この本によれば、イワエ、卒業をひれ伏せ。我こそは仮面ライダージオウトリニティ。大魔王たるジオウとその家臣ゲイツ、ウォズ、三位一体となって未来を創出する時の王者である。これは言わねばなるまい。イワエ、ジオウトリニティとアギトトリニティフォーム、三位一体と三位一体、合わせて六位一体の力が。イワエ、まさに19年前の今日、我が魔王はこの世に生まれ落ちた。花よ、咲き乱れよ、鳥よ、歌え。生きとし生けるすべての者たちよ、その全身全霊をもって祝福するがいい。我が魔王の生誕の日を。イワエ、宇宙最強銀河ファイナリー。緊急時につき短縮版である。イワエ、いや、もはや言葉は不要。ただこの瞬間を味わうがいい。イワエ、時空を超えて大魔王の力を受け継ぎ、
So there you go. That's going to do it for the YA forum. It's mostly just him announcing the various forms and things that he got throughout the show. So I think it's a lot of fun, though. If we hold this down again, you're back around to the regular form. So that's going to do it for the Watch. Last but certainly not least, we have the Tsukiyomi watch. It's kind of a white with kind of a whitish pink color in the back. It is number 23. As you can see, also molded there into the rail piece. Otherwise, looks pretty good. So I think this is really cool. I'm glad they finally made a Tsukiyomi watch, even if it was after the show was finally over. But it's just nice to finally get one. Color scheme is pretty cool. I like the light effects. The design's really nice. I like that she has the time machine in addition to the other sounds for the watch. So very, very cool. Glad this finally happened. Let's go ahead. She actually has a decent number of phrases. She has about 30, so we'll go ahead.
もう私の世界よ。兄さん、そう、二つの世界をあなたに託す。もう妙高院くんは乱暴なんだから、いい加減に言ってください。うりゃ
And then that's going to do it for her. Hold the button down. And you're back around to the front. Alright, so get into some transformations here. If you transform with it in the watch in the normal mode, it's just the normal sounds. I'm not going to bother to show you that. So if we hold the button down, we should be in the second mode now. Just to make sure. Okay, so now we go ahead and pop this on. Pretty much the normal phrase, but if you hold the button down, so you get that phrase. If you hold it down again, it's just the same thing. But if you hit the button, so he'll do the time break attack, but you can hear that kind of in the background of him screaming. If you take this off, switch it into the third mode, and do this again. And then we hold the button down again. And that's really it. If you hold the button down again, it's the same phrase. You'll get the same screaming in the background of the attack in this mode as well. So that's pretty much it for Geo as far as any extra transformation sound effects. Otherwise, it's pretty standard. I wanted to show Gates off real quick because this is kind of funny to me. So in the normal Gates mode. Oh, nope. Okay, so now I'm in the normal Gates mode. Just normal transformation. Hold the button down. Doesn't do anything. If I hold this to transform it back, so there you go. So Gates is pretty much the same way that Sogo works. Basically, you can hold the button down in the second mode, you get the phrase, you can do the attack, and he does the kind of just in the background. So I wanted to kind of show them both in the same thing just because they work very similarly to each other. I will say though, just be careful because there was one time, I think maybe one of the pins or something must have been screwed up because I kept connecting it and it just kept saying Gates, Gates, Gates. Like it wouldn't make any phrases. I tried to transform, it just kept saying Gates over and over again. So let me get this out of here. I don't know if one of the pins was stuck or maybe this thing was jammed. I don't know, but if that happens, something like that, just kind of, you know, jiggle anything or hit it, slide it in and out a couple times just to make sure everything resets itself. But it's working again now, so that's what matters. Next up, we have the Beyond driver with Waz here. So on the normal mode, transformation's the same. The special attack's going to be the same. I'm not going to bother. Alright. Hold it down first for Black Waz. Alright, so you get the phrase there. And then just like the others, you get that kind of him shouting or kind of while he's attacking there. Alright, so now I'm going to put it in the White Waz mode. Alright, you're not going to get anything with the UI mode, but I'll show it just for fun. Alright. See how it just kind of gives you that sound? You don't even get the wah sound effects. And then back around to the regular mode. And then let's be honest, this is the one you've been most excited to hear. Here is the transformation for Tsukiyomi. So very cool that she does have her own screen built in. It does say Tsukiyomi across the front, 2068, which I think is very cool. So the screen does say attack, even though the watch says time jack. But what are you going to do? Take this off and hold the button down. So she gets kind of a yelling attack sound as well. If you would hold the button down again, you just get that same phrase again. And real quick, I'll run through attaching these to one of the weapons. So pretty much what you'd expect, it just says each of their names. But because they are deluxe ride watches, they do have functionality in the sword. I think this is a really fun set. There's a ton of functionality packed into these watches. Now, granted, a lot of it is just Japanese phrases that you probably don't understand, but if you're a fan of that sort of thing, this thing has a ton of Japanese phrases from the show for all 4 characters. It's also the only way so far to get a Tsukiyomi ride watch, so if that's something you really want, you'd have to either track down that separately online somewhere, maybe Mandarake, if someone is willing to split up this set. Otherwise, you just kind of have to bite the bullet and grab the whole set to get that watch. But I still think there's a lot of fun here, even though the other 3 look pretty much exactly the same as the watches you probably already have. There's a ton of more functionality in here. Shout out to the Iwaye mode for Wazes. That's kind of my favorite, I think. Geo and Gates, definitely good. Ton of phrases in there. But like I said, I don't really understand most of what they're saying. I can pick out certain words and phrases, but... definitely love the fact that he's kind of got a black Waz and a white Waz mode as well as that Iwaye mode. So I think this one's definitely one you're going to want. And of course you're going to want Tsukiyomi. I think it's nice to have Geo and Gates, but if you want to try to piecemeal this thing out and buy them separately, I would say at least get these 2 because they're probably my 2 favorite out of the set. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. So please like, share, and subscribe if you'd like to chat with me and other fans about Geo stuff or this set in particular. I do have a Discord. You can come follow me on Twitter. Link is at the end of the video and in the description as well. So if you're over 13, come follow me on Twitter, and then from there you can get a link to my Discord and chat with other fans about Kamen Rider and other various things. So yeah, definitely check me out on there. Please like, share, and subscribe, as I said. And yeah, I think that's going to do it for this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thank you so much for watching.